Hello my beautifuls, welcome to your weekly reading. This is going to be for the 10th to the 17th of November, and my name's Laurie, and if you haven't been to this channel before, welcome. I hope you get a lot of guidance from this, and if you have been to this channel and you're a subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much. I would like to just remind you, if you are subscribed, just to click on the notification bell. A few people aren't seeing my videos when they come up. Thanks YouTube. And so I just want to make sure everybody is able to get the messages as and when they need it, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here for when you need me. So that's kind of the point of this channel. But yeah, I'm going to do this cards, 3 choices with animals this time. I just wanted also to thank you for all the kind words that you sent to me regarding my darling 25-year-old Archie, who sadly passed the day before my birthday of all days. So he's now at peace, hopefully at rest, and I just want to celebrate his life for the rest of this month. So thank you guys for, being there for me and giving me the nice messages and emails and check-ins. It really does mean the world to me. I know that I'm just a YouTube reader, and you guys are the ones that actually come and validate me by actually choosing to view these videos. So thank you very much for showing your support, your sympathies, and for those kind messages. I appreciate it a great deal. So as normal, with all that schmaltzy stuff out of the way, we now have 3 animals. We have the bee, we have the cat, apt, which is bast, and we also have the element. So the element, the elephant. Oh, maybe that was a Freudian slip. But if you do feel gravitated towards any of these, I will leave the timestamps below, so you can click straight onto the particular reading. But I will also leave maybe a 10-second image just in a moment of these 3, so you can meditate on them if one hasn't really jumped out at you just yet. But at the moment, we have the elephant here, we have the cat, and we have the bee. So you meditate on it for the next 10 seconds. I'll be back in just a second with group 1. Okay, my bee lovers, let's have a look and see what's coming through for you. So this one is the Queen of Wands. Nice. Brilliant, loved, talented, friendly. Are you feeling this way this week? I hope so. Relieve in yourself. Wonderful people want to help you maintain a balance between work and home life. Interesting that this came up in this way, because the bees often have this thing about worker bees being really, really busy bees, So maybe there's a feeling of, they go home, they work, they go out, they work. They don't really have a home life as much as I understand. It's all for the betterment of the hive. It's all the actions are very much to do with protection and creation. So it could be that you are feeling more needing to work, needing to, commit yourself to all and sundry this week, or, finding yourself finding it difficult to try and pull away from some of the obligations that you've already submitted yourself to. But this is just to say to believe in yourself, and they are saying that you're probably going to get more appreciation and accreditation. Don't know why that came through, for the efforts that you've put in so far. So if you've been feeling a little bit unsung hero lately, you're probably going to get some interesting information here. I do feel people want to work with you as well. Maybe some people want to collaborate with you on a party planner, or they want to collaborate with you on something more, a project, a personal venture, even holiday planning. They want to work with you on something because they see the qualities that you have. Ooh, this is interesting. Okay. I see this. Okay, sorry if I went a little bit off camera there because I got a little bit distracted. I see this as being the relationship between your work life and your home life this week. So in many ways it could be that your work life could be quite volatile. It could be up and down. It could be that your emotions get the better of you sometimes. This could also relate to study. So it could be that, you're trying to study and then something keeps interrupting, or the environment that you're in. I know that we've had some flooding, a lot of flooding actually, here in England. I think maybe Scotland too. And also there's an issue, I think, around the world with brush fires, which is terrible. So it could be that the environment that you're in is not giving you much cause for sleep, rest. This could be your home life or your work life, but the immediate reaction was this is your work life. If it's your home life, I'm very sorry. And I hope it smooths out very soon. But I feel like this is the chalk and cheese, you know. This is where you're getting all het up and you're confused, or you're really annoyed by the deadlines, or you're really annoyed by the people. And then home, or wherever you feel home, that's your solitude, that's your space. And that's why they're saying to just have a little bit of a balance, because if you are getting a lot of volatility on the outside, the way that you can do that is by separating yourself and just relaxing, taking your mind away from things. Don't bring your work home with you if you can possibly manage that, and don't bring your home life into your workspace again if you can possibly manage that, because this week I think is going to be quite interesting to see how you balance certain things. It's not necessarily a test, absolutely not a test. It's just a thing that you learn. You know, it could be that with this one, people are asking you to do stuff, but it's interrupting on your solitude, and so you're having to say no. Alternatively, it could be that this person asking you to interact with them or asking you onto a project or to work with them could be the solitude you need, could be the excuse to get out of something. It could be something to take your mind away and therefore give you that sense of calmness, that sense of breath of relief, and just to try and, you know, even out the scales a little bit between stress and peace, because I do think that's been quite a big thing for you maybe recently. I mean, I do see a lot of potential coming through here. That's something that may have been hidden underneath for a while, and now it's just coming to the surface and exploding like, come on, get a grip. Maybe people being quite annoying around you, or, you know, you're constantly being henpecked by somebody, and it just comes to the surface, and you're like, look, enough, I'm sick of doing this now. So it could be a good clearing the air, it could be literally expanding, it could be something that's, you know, had its time now. But I do think that solitude is on its way, and I do feel that this week especially, somebody may want to talk to you about doing, you know, things in particular, or wanting to, you know, kind of get to something important with you. But I hope that helps you, group ones. Do let me know in the comments below if this resonated with you. And as always, I am here for you if you'd like a reading, or to get in touch in the description box, which is below. Thank you for being here, and I'm now going to move on to group 2. Hello, group 2. So this will be your reading. You would have chosen the cat statue, which is Bast. So I'll just put her over there. So let's have a look and see what comes through for you guys in regards to the week ahead. Ooh, King of Winter. Interestingly enough, the last group also had a physical court card just to represent themselves maybe throughout the week. So this is knowledgeable, experienced, fair-minded and unemotional. Get advice from someone professional and objective, public speaking, unemotional relationships. For me, the minute I saw this, I felt like you were going to have to be unemotional to deal with the week ahead. Not necessarily switching off and being cold, but just be driven, determined, focus on what you need to. Don't let emotions get the best of you. We're still in the throes of Mercury retrograde. We are getting to the end stage now. You know, we're almost through it. But I feel the ultimate thing that's coming through at the moment is for you to kind of put the emotional responses just to one side. Now, I'm not saying you're too emotional, and I'm not saying that you're going to be going around screaming at people, but Mercury retrograde does tend to skew our emotions, especially with it being in Scorpio, a water sign, and depending on where that would be in your chart, it could be playing a little bit of havoc with you. So what they would recommend is to be a little bit more like the King of Winter. Be reasonable, rational, don't fly off the handle, measure your words, say them properly, you know. Maybe think before you speak, that feeling. For some of you, it may be that you're feeling more like you're trapped in your mind this week. You're trapped in a constant process of thought that isn't helping you. And maybe you can't really separate yourself from the cerebral way of thinking, and you want to reconnect with your emotional way of thinking. That's fine. In that case, it may be that you do need to connect with somebody that would help you, somebody who may be able to put into perspective everything that you're going on through, or everything that's happening. For me, when I'm looking at this, the main word is objective. You need to be objective. I mean, it could also be that you have a presentation to do, or you have to speak to people in a group setting, but mainly the feeling that I'm getting is that the head and the heart are at odds a little bit this month, or maybe even this week. Maybe that your heart's saying one thing and your head another, and so you're just needing to kind of find the balance between that. Because I think, kind of going from what the cat means, a lot of people mistake cats for being very unemotional and very aloof and very distant, when really they're goofs. They really love with all their heart, and they adore people, they adore each other, they can be incredibly loving and kind. And I feel that may be a misconception that people have of you, is that you're too aloof or you're too this, and actually there's a storm underneath you. It's the same, actually, misconceptions of Scorpios, that we're all aloof and trying to distance ourselves and trying to be this and that and cold thinking, but really underneath there's a storm of waves. So it could be that that's how you're going to just deal with this week and deal with the emotions that's coming in. So, sorry, I hate a wrinkly cloth, I really do. I'm just going to try and smooth that out a little bit. So let's have a look. Dance, and fog. Okay, so I feel like there is a need to celebrate something. For instance, if there's a meeting or there's a milestone, it could be a need for celebration in regards to something, or just to raise your vibration. We're almost at the end of the year. You've almost survived 2019. For some of us that's been harder than others. So it may be a hallelujah moment. Like, for instance, me, I'm going to be celebrating Archie's life for the rest of the month, and maybe all the time. But it just feels like there's something that you need to get out there. You need to maybe celebrate your accomplishments, everything that you've achieved this year. Something that I never do, but I always recommend, which is a little bit silly, is to write down moments and put them in a jar, and then at the end of the year you lift out the moments. And for instance, I got a lovely phone call from my best friend, or I had a message that meant the world to me, and then write down the message. And then you read them at the end of the year and you see, that was lovely. I really appreciated that. So maybe there's something that you can do and look back through the rest of the year and say, you know what, that was nice. I enjoyed that. With fog, it could be that you're needing to be quite cerebral in order to see through some of the things that are going on around you, or some of the things that people are trying to put in front of you. It could also mean that it's actually lifting. The problem and the solution are separate from each other. So up here maybe the problem, and down here is the solution, and it's gradually shifting. So as well, I also think that this could be because of Mercury retrograde, but I think there's some things coming out this week. You are going to be striving forwards. You are going to be, probably more in your mental mindset, determined to do something, thinking of things logically, clinically even. But there is a reason to celebrate this way of thinking, because I think that you're going to have the solutions presented to you as you methodically work through. They say that when you're writing something, it's almost like driving in a fog with, headlights, with just small headlights. You can only see where, the headlights shine. And every time you get further along, they illuminate more of the road that you're having to go along. So I think that may be something that you're doing. You're riding in the dark with headlights. You can only see as far as the headlights have. And then you're going to get your answers the further it goes. So the further this week goes, the more you'll get to know what it is you need to do. And I hope you let me know in the comments below what that is, if this resonated with you. I'm always here if you need me. If you need a reading, the links are down below, and to contact me on social media. But let me know how things go. I'm wishing you the very best of luck, and I'm going to move on now to group 3. Hello, group 3. You chose the elephant. Now, they always seem to be kind of large, majestic animals. They never forget, and they're very emotional animals, actually. So let me just put him over here. If you'll stand up, he'll probably fall over halfway through. But let's have a look at what the thing is here. 3 of summer. Okay. News worth celebrating. Announcements such as weddings, graduations or births, friends you cherish. Okay. So for me, this feels like this week is, weirdly enough, elephants are always in a community, they're always in a pack, they're always, connected with each other, they look out for one another, they have a really strong bond with family, they have the matriarch and stuff. So it could be that this week you're actually going to feel more sociable or want to be around the people you think the world of. It could also be that you're trying to find these sorts of people or call in the sorts of people, your elephant herd, so to speak. So I do feel as though within this card it's something that you're wanting to have community. It could be actually a linked consciousness that you have. So for instance, you could have soul sisters on every side of the planet. I know I do. So it could be that you're really connected in with people on another state or another country. So it could be that you're trying to connect or reconnect with people, draw in your soul family, if you haven't met them already, and just to try and, what they're trying to say is commune with these people, to feel that community vibration raise yours, to get to a certain state where you feel like you're loved and appreciated and wanted and cherished. Because if you're not around those people at this point in time, this is not the people that you're supposed to be around. If you are around people who constantly make you second guess what you're about to say, if you're around people who you try to impress all the time, if you're trying to, speak up and you just get kind of shot down, these are not your people. These are not the people you're meant to be around. And this week, I think that you're actually going to try to, or start to, find the people that you are supposed to be connecting with and talking to and sharing stories with and sharing your life and your history and all that with. So that's very important, actually, to find the people to connect with that. And I actually closed my eyes and delivered that message, because if I had my eyes open, they weren't able to deliver the message for some reason. So I think maybe you're so focused and visualized on the people around you and focusing on them, that I think they're trying to say, just close for a second, go into your subconscious, bring in the people who you're meant to be around or who are meant to help you this week. And then, rebirth and innocence. Okay. This is interesting. So obviously with a rebirth, you're going to go into kind of a new you. Like your, how to put it? Your new understanding things, you're relearning everything. So as soon as you've had a rebirth, you're relearning other stuff. So you're relearning who you are and you're redefining who you are. So with the spring equinox, it could be in the southern hemisphere for you guys very soon. But this is, or has been, because we've had the autumn. Yeah, ignore me. I'm getting my time mixed up. But it could be, that within this rebirth and within this cherishment, you feel kind of like doe-eyed and, what can I do? And the possibilities are endless. And that's good. That's really good. But also, if you can see here, the childhood of innocence, and you make friends really easily, just accept people on face value. You see kids meet up on the beach and they run around and then they just part at the end of the day. But, they make friends, they play with other people. And it's not a case of having to negotiate with each other. And I think sometimes a social construct is that you have to find the friend that means something, or you have to find these types of people. But with you, I feel like you're going through such a transformational week. There's something that gives you this sense of pride and strength, and it's coming to a head now in this week that you feel like, what, it's the end of the year. I don't need to have January the 1st to do this change. I can do it now. And there's a definite shift in your energy. It feels like you're housing different truths, because here, I don't know whether you can see, she's got a nest of eggs, her throat chakra. So it feels like, you are giving birth and hatching these new ideas about yourself, about the community that you want to be amongst. And this innocence comes in to say, you're looking at things in a fresh way, through fresh eyes, without the dogged years behind you, It's something that you're looking into to say, what, I'm fresh, I'm fierce, I'm here, and I have people who love me. I'm drawing in people who love me, and I'm doing this with, isn't it great? Isn't it great? And enthusiasm, and having that sense of exploring and that anything is possible. Because I think anything is possible for you. I feel like there's something that's may have been blocked recently, and this week we're working on getting that unblocked and getting you feeling more like you can conquer the world, because there's a very sacred energy around this. So it could be that you're going to start seeing things from the way that you're meant to be, and things that, people just kind of close your eyes, close your energy to people who drain you. Really don't need that energy in your life. I will be doing a reading on the full moon, and I think this is going to be important for you because I do get a Taurusy energy here. So it could be that you're now going forward with the intention of, leaving people to the wayside, even if there's somebody who has been in your soul family that you're trying to reconnect with. If they're not ready to, then just move along and carry on. If they want to escape the herd, then that's fine. Maybe it's not their time. But I do hope this helps you. Let me know if this resonated. And of course, I'm always here if you need me. If you'd like a reading, everything is down below in the description box. Contact me on social media, etc. But I wish you all the very best of luck. I hope to speak to you very soon. And I'm sending you lots of love.